Good evening, friends. I am here to discuss about dimension table. So let us first see what is dimension. Dimension is nothing but an aspect or feature of a situation or a measurable extent of a particular kind of unit. Dimension table would be storing attributes or dimensions that are described in the fact table. Fact table would generally contain the statistical data of the warehouse. So, a dimension table would be basically describing the business entities of an enterprise. It can be in hierarchical or categorical information such as time, department, locations, and products. The data warehouse organizes descriptive attributes as columns in dimension tables. Now, this is simple that it would be giving different columns for different types of descriptive attributes. So these dimension tables are also known as lookup or reference tables. Now, before we move forward, let us discuss about normalization. So normalization in general terms would be a process of organizing data in database to avoid data redundancy, insertion, update or deletion anomaly. Now anomaly is nothing but something which deviates from standard or expected values. Now, the dimension tables are of four types: location dimension, product dimension, organization dimension, and time dimension. Now, location dimension. Location dimension in relational database model for normalization, this country lookup, state lookup, county lookup, city lookup. These are all the different tables and would not be made or merged into one single table. But in dimensional modeling, these tables are merged into one dimension or one table, which would, as it would help us to compare the sales or like for which location what particular sales and how these sales are going on. So here we can see that the country lookup, state lookup, county lookup, and city lookup are all in different or are all in different tables. But in location dimension, we have all the things merged into one table, so we can easily make a decision or draw a pattern that which kind of products are working or are selling more into what location. Next is product dimension. As the name suggests that the product dimension would be giving details about the product. So the product category lookup, subcategory lookup, product feature lookup would all be lying into different tables in the relational data model for normalization. But in the dimensional modeling, all these tables would be merged into one table called as product dimension. With this, we can get gathered all the details about how a product is working, how what kind of product is being sold, or what kind of strategies we can apply to the particular product. See, like the product category lookup, the subcategory lookup, and lookup, feature lookup, all are divided into different tables. But in product dimension, all these tables are merged into one, and thus we can get some information, relevant information about which kind of products are having what kind of features and how they are produced or where how much at what time they are getting sold and in how many numbers. Let us move forward to the organization dimension. Organization dimension, as the name suggests, would give the information about the organization. So, in the relational database management model, all these data would be divided into different tables. But in the organization, in the dimensional modeling, all these data would be stored into one table, namely organization dimension. This table would help us to find the products sold or services which are given by the organization. Like you can see here that corporate lookup, region lookup, branch lookup, employee lookup, organize would be all in different tables, but organization dimension would have all the things merged into one table, so we can get what branch name, where which employee is working, which products are selling, which where we have to give more attention, etc. The time dimension would have the all the data regarding to the time. So in relational data modeling for normalization, year lookup, quarter lookup, month lookup, week lookup, every data would be divided into different tables. But in dimensional modeling, all these dimensions which are affected by the time, or with the time is affecting what all attributes are all merged into one table, and it is known as time dimension. This dimension or this data helps us to decide the sales are done on which dates, weekly, monthly basis, and how the sales are taking place. Like you can see here that year lookup, quarter lookup, month lookup, everything has different data and are even given into different tables. Week lookup, but the time dimension would have all the dimensions into one table, and thus we can make out what all factors are affecting, uh, what are factors related to time are affecting to our sales. So now to conclude, the dimension table would be having business entities of an enterprise, and the time dimensions are of four types: location dimension, product dimension, organization dimension, and time dimension. Thank you.